Is the water grid in Israel a target for terrorists? Israeli officials say terror groups and enemy nations have tried to penetrate Israel's water structure over the past few years, but so far, none have gotten through. Just what can a hacker do if he controls the water, and how is Israel fighting back? I-24 News' tech and innovation reporter Ariel Levine-Waldman shows us.
Water. Its life, particularly in the Middle East. It's also a ripe target for terrorists and criminals. Critical national infrastructure that can be used by hackers to shut everything down.
At least in Israel, we have a lot of threats. It could be a terror attack, it could be missiles attack, but in the last few years, we have a large scale of cybersecurity attacks. Everything that can be automatically can be attacked in cybersecurity issues.
This reservoir is just one of over a dozen in Israel's capital, alongside hundreds of pumps, filters, and miles of pipes. Together, they keep roughly 1 million people alive and healthy. In the past, the waterworks have been controlled by a manual system of pipes and valves. But as the city expanded and redundant systems were built, a central computer control system was needed to control it.
A cyber attacker can be from a 14-year-old guy somewhere in Europe that wants to penetrate Israeli system, to organizations like Hezbollah and Hamas, and to rival states like Syria and Lebanon and so on.
How big of a threat is it? What happens if one day all of the water stops flowing?
If a hacker gets into the information system, there are several actions he can take. He can do physical damage to some systems and equipment. He can strike the communications network or the control systems, or even everything at once. Any attack on the water system would cause mass panic.
So Jerusalem's Hagihon water utility has an underground command center and bunker, where cybersecurity teams monitor for threats, on the lookout for hacking, viruses, and any anomalies. It's not just Jerusalem either. All of Israel's cities have similar layers of protection around their water, and Hagihon works with cities around the world to protect water against cyber attack. And the layers aren't just digital.
First of all, who's the engineers that we will look on the parameters in the SCADA systems? They will not see anything, because the hacker all this mind that he will do something that no one will notice.
That means people keeping watch, and for more threats than digital ones, as they guard against rockets or contamination. The reservoirs are physical fortresses and unlisted on maps. Obscuring their details is another layer of security. It's so critical that Israel's government funds a lot of research and development, such as the security projects on show at November's Watec conference. The long and short of it, Israel's cyber industry has taken up plumbing too. Overlooked, but just as critical.